Hello, and welcome back to Whispers from the Dark. Today, this video is going to be completely different. Instead of telling you stories, I'm going to spotlight some of my favorite channels. The first channel I have to tell you about is 1806 Stonehouse. This is a channel that doesn't upload videos that often, but when he does, I stop whatever I'm doing and go to the computer or my phone and I watch what he's doing. He bought a house about 5 years ago that was built in 1806 out of stone. He's renovating it literally from the basement up, and he has done an incredible job. His craftsmanship is impeccable. He makes his own molding. He researches and finds out how to do certain things, and he does them. He explains what he's doing, how he's doing it, what he's using. This channel is incredible. So I highly suggest you guys find 1806 Stonehouse. Click subscribe, click the little bell icon, and when you've got some time, go back to his original videos. The work he has put into that house, and it is a treasure. Right now, they're building hoop house gardens, planting blueberries, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do in their yard. I'm sure you will too. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and tell him Whispers from the Dark sent you. Okay, this next guy that I watch is a trip. His name is Daz, D-A-Z, and he's from Australia. His channel is called My Aussie Garden and Kitchen. He's a professional chef. I kid you not. That guy can cook. His wife is one lucky lady. Not only can he cook, he's funny, he's smart, and he gardens. He grows his own stuff. And he will show you how to plant and garden. He will show you how to dehydrate food, how to can it and put it up. He'll give you incredible recipes, so you're going to have to start a little folder in your channel for your recipes that you collect from him, because you're going to want to save them. Trust me on this one. But he talks about everything that he deals with there. His raspberry patches, his mandarin tree, growing and propagating blackberries from cuttings. How to grow onions from seed and transplanting onions. He even throws a occasional kangaroo video in. I mean, really, you name it, he has it. He works really hard on that channel. And he hasn't had the channel very long, and he just hit 2,000 subscribers. So he is doing a bang-up job. He's entertaining, he's educational, and he's funny. And he's really talented. So I suggest you go to his channel, subscribe, watch a video, leave a comment. Tell him Whispers from the Dark sent you. I know he'll appreciate it. Next one up is Chappy's Tiki Bar. Yeah, I don't know how I ever found this channel. Just accidentally come across it. But I'm so glad I did. I'm a parrot head. Love Jimmy Buffett. I got a tiki bar on my front porch. So anything tiki, I'm all over it. But I somehow come across his channel, watched a video, laughed, and I had to subscribe. I really enjoy channels that are just off the wall and you never know what you're going to get and that make you smile. And Chappy's Tiki Bar definitely does. Chappy, that has the channel, has a dog or sidekick named Mookie. Mookie is a trip. He's a little chihuahua. And Chappy's always dressing him up in Hawaiian shirts or hats or wigs or sunglasses or whatever. And, yeah, I think Mookie kind of likes that. And so he's hemming for the camera. Chappy goes to the ocean. He makes mixed drinks. He grills and cooks things, shows you what he's making, how he's making it, and he eats it. He goes to tiki bars. He even went to a mermaid bar recently. And he's posting videos about the mermaids that are swimming around in mermaid tanks there behind the bar. He's always got something interesting and fun. His videos aren't very long, but they're good. They're funny. They're lighthearted. And it's a mental vacation from the reality of life. I wholeheartedly suggest you visit Chappy's Tiki Bar. Subscribe to his channel, leave a comment, and tell him Whispers from the Dark sent you. I know he'll appreciate it. Enjoy. Speaking of Grillin and Chillin, that brings me up to Matt Crockers' Reelin, Grillin, and Chillin channel. I was watching the Crocker family videos long before Matt started his channel. I was one of the first probably 100 or so subs. And now he's got over 12,500. So he's doing pretty good. He's funny. He's even kind of cute. And he's very entertaining. He loves to cook. He loves to fish. But he's a hard worker. He's not always chilling. He works really hard building things, remodeling things for family. Currently, he's down in South Texas. He's recently helped his dad overhaul their cabana in the backyard. He's got a dog named Riley. Watching his channel, you see life as it really is. But go check him out. Matt Crocker is his name. And tell him Whispers from the Dark in North Texas sent you. And that brings me to the Crockers. Simply Southern. This is Matt's parents, Melanie and George Crocker. They're down in South Texas, and they are just cool people. And they obviously raised their kids right. But my favorite is Matt. He's a cool kid. I just talked to you about him. But now let's talk about Melanie and George. Melanie's from Alabama. She's a Bama girl, transplanted to Texas. And of course, George is a Texan. He was raised down there. And his mom doesn't live that far. Occasionally, his mom makes a cameo appearance, which is a real treat for all of us that have followed this channel and the family for a long time. Granny Crocker is a treat because she is so sweet. George is a retired police officer, and Melanie is a retired school teacher. And they have a farm down in South Texas with chickens and goats and dogs. And they've rebuilt a pond or a small lake out behind their house. Their place is really cool. And Matt helps them out, and Melanie films what she can and keeps up with them. They're just good people. They're funny. You'll always learn something by listening to them. And they're also inspirational. I mean, they have had medical issues, as we all have, and they have learned to adapt, overcome, and even fight and kick some of the problems and obstacles that were put in their path. They really are inspirational, and they're good people. I don't know what the average age of my listeners is, but if you were raised in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, you will be able to connect really well with these guys. You'll recognize some of the things they talk about, and it'll put a smile on your face. And the love they have for their animals, and the obvious love the animals have for them, will warm your heart. You'll find yourself crying with them when they lose a goat or a dog. And you'll find yourself praying for them when they come down with something that's serious. You'll feel like they're family, as I do. Those are the two Crockers channels that I watch and I really enjoy. And these guys are genuine. So please check out Crockers, Simply Southern. Go there, subscribe, and after watching a video, leave a comment. Tell them Whispers from the Dark sent you. I know you'll enjoy their channel as I do. Thanks. Okay, the next group of channels that I watch currently, these are the ones who have live streams that I do my best to try to attend because they're interesting. Kind of like a podcast. You don't have to watch them, although sometimes I do, but they're funny. The first one is Mog's. Mog has a channel called Mogollon Monster. And then it says WTF. And the WTF is not what you think. It's Why the Fascination. And these guys are a hoot. It's like YouTube's version of Hollywood Squares. He sometimes gets 3 or 4 other people in the live stream. And you'll see their little squares. And they're all talking. And they comment. We text back and forth and make comments. They see it and highlight it and post it on the screen. And we hold conversations. And these guys are funny. Mog is the guy who does it all. He's the kind of guy you'd want to have as your brother. Cool guy, smart, intuitive, and just a heck of a guy. So, if you're interested in something interesting that'll make you think, also make you laugh, Mog is the channel. That's Mogollon Monster. After you subscribe, watch his live stream and leave a comment. Tell him Whispers from the Dark in North Texas sent you. I know you'll enjoy him. He's got friends that get on there from all over the world. I mean, there's Irish guys, there's Polish guys. You name it, they're there. It truly is a hoot. You gotta check them out. Okay, the next channel that has a live stream is North and South Homestead. The girl's name is Kim, and she has a night chat. I don't know how often, but I know she has them. I have gotten on and joined them, and it's a lot of fun. There's everything in this channel, but the live streams, they are fun. Sometimes we talk garden, sometimes just life stuff. She's a sweet lady, she's cute, she's funny, and there's really no reason why you shouldn't be subscribed to her. Watch a video, tell her you're a new subscriber, and tell her Whispers from the Dark sent you. Show her some love. You'll be glad you did. Okay. Now this is something a little different. There's 3 channels out there on YouTube that I wear their t-shirts. Now, I wear them under my uniform. After I get off duty, I take my uniform shirt off when I go shopping or wherever, and I'm wearing their shirt. I have visited cemeteries wearing these people's shirts. And the first one is MDC, Martys Damn channel. There's a guy named Marty, and he bought an old mobile home out by the lake. And I think it's a 1970-something, 79 or something. And it was basically abandoned on the property. And he paid $5,000 for the lot. And it included the old broken down mobile home. He has started remodeling it. And he's done pretty good. It's a slow process. He's been very creative in how he's done things. He's explained use of various materials and tools and, you know, what project he's working on now. And he's got a dog named Jamie that's really cool. She looks like Lassie. She's a collie and really cool. Marty's a good guy. He's a lot of fun. He's a hoot to listen to. He'll tell you the truth. He's real. He's very educational. And he's entertaining. I suggest you go check out his channel. Look through his popular uploads and playlists and see if it's something that you're interested in. Subscribe to his channel. Watch his video. Leave him a message. Tell him Whispers from the Dark sent you. I know he'll appreciate it. And another shirt that I wear that I'm about to wear out, I think I'm going to have to get replaced, is Dixie Cryptid. Dixie Cryptid is hosted by a guy named Cameron Buckner. And he is a hoot, man. I swear, that guy will get you laughing. Some of the comments he makes on certain things, he's a funny guy. He basically tells stories and narrates stories that are sent in by subscribers. Most of them are about cryptid experiences or encounters. And probably good 90% are Bigfoot related. But occasionally people send him things about encounters. What they don't know what they saw or felt or was chased by. They're really fascinating. He thoroughly loves what he does. He loves getting the emails, loves reading them, and you can tell he enjoys what he does. And he's become so successful at it that he's got his own podcast. In addition to that, he has a second channel where he writes fiction and puts it on that channel. And the guy's really talented. And he's a hoot. Sometimes when he's recording, doing a video, leaves the door open and his hens come in, make themselves at home, or his dogs come in, or his cat, and so they're part of the show. Cameron has his heart in the right place. He's a good old Southern boy. The kind of guy you really would love to have as a brother or a next-door neighbor. You know, the world's a better place because of people like Cameron and like Rhett for Rhetty For History and like Marty with MDC. Dixie Cryptid was probably the first t-shirt that I bought from any of the channels that I've ever watched. Because I work night shift, and while working nights for years, I have listened to Dixie Cryptid, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And a lot of times, that was while wearing a Dixie Cryptid t-shirt. He was my first t-shirt. My second one was Martys Damn channel, MDC. And the third one, Rhetty For History. So these three are the channels that I have their shirts. Okay, now to a special channel. This is a channel that covers everything that I find interesting. He's got history. He's got stuff that's funny and interesting. He goes to cemeteries and does stories about particular people that are buried there. He actually goes to cemeteries, and if they're overgrown, like abandoned, he cleans them up. He takes equipment and fixes the problem. Spends his own money and time. And then some cemeteries he reaches out to the local officials, trying to get them to pay attention to the problems or the need of the cemetery. He has traveled all over the country and in other countries, covering interesting places, cemeteries, and interesting people in our history. His wife has a channel called History Happens. And yes, it does. Her channel is incredible as well. Some of the videos that he has posted that are so interesting, you can literally spend a whole weekend on his channel alone and not be bored. And some of my favorite as well is he does the really cool history, Old West, and cemetery coverage, which I'm all over that. But he does off-the-wall cool stuff occasionally. For example, the most popular toys of the 70s. And if you grew up in the 70s or 80s, you will love that video. Or he's got a video called Classic Foods of the 1970s. And then Remembering the 1970s. And then the 1970s things found in every home. You know what's funny about that particular video? Probably 80 to 90% of the stuff they talk about and have in that video, I have myself. And one video that you're going to freak and you're going to shake your head and wonder, what in the hell were they thinking when they designed these toys? But he's got one called The Most Dangerous Toys Ever Made. Now, I'm not talking just lawn darts. That's a given, okay? But Cabbage Patch dolls that ate plastic toys, like fries you put in their mouth, they also would eat kids' fingers and hair. I got a Cabbage Patch doll, but I got one of the first ones. I didn't get the ones who ate things. So I didn't know about those until now. But that's a funny video. I mean, they even talk about erector sets and the chemistry sets, and you name it, they talk about it. Some of those toys you're going to say, I had that growing up. Or, I wish I still had that now. You'll love his videos. These things will make you laugh. And some of them will make you shake your head or scratch it. Like the video called Shocking Last Words of Death Row Inmates. I mean, you actually hear what their last meal was, what they wanted. If they complained about their last meal, what they said to the family of their victims, or their own family, or the clergy before they were put down. You'll hear it all in that video. That will make you scratch your head. And you think, if I was in that position, I was about to be put down, what would I say? Well, I can tell you I wouldn't complain because I didn't get SpaghettiOs in a can, or from a can. Instead, I got regular spaghetti. I can tell you that wouldn't be one of my last words. But believe it or not, some wingnut actually complained that he didn't get SpaghettiOs from a can as he was facing death. I mean, really? He's got stuff that'll entertain you, that will educate you, that will make you laugh, will make you scratch your head, and maybe even shed a tear. I suggest you subscribe to this guy. Hit the bell icon, and he's got a thing, I guess it's like Patreon or whatever, where you click on and you can join, and you basically help support his channel. This guy has everything. He works real hard at what he does. He truly loves history. He loves cemeteries, and he has a total respect for the dead, our veterans, and our cemeteries. And he will do whatever it takes to make things right. And he loves to bring it to us in a informational, educational format. I feel like we're kindred spirits. He's got a great family that support him in what he does, and he does some great things. So, join his channel, subscribe, support him if you can. Tell him Whispers from the Dark said hello. Last but not least, a congratulations goes out to Tippy Presley for winning the 2022 Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Award. Her channel is delightful. I can get sucked in there and go into another world. She talks about cooking, traditional Appalachian dishes. It's about gardening. She talks about canning. She reads books from women that were written 100 years ago or more that were from Appalachia, talking about what it was like living then. She interviews some of the most incredible people that grew up in Appalachia, up in the mountains and the hollers, and they are delightful to listen to. She's written several books about Appalachia. She does videos on remedies, her favorite cast iron pieces, and how to use them and clean them and season them. She has videos on Appalachian vocabulary that are funny. She talks about medicinal plants and how to use them. All of this is traditional Appalachian living. The kinds of things that a lot of our great-great-grandparents did that we may or may not remember a little about being passed down from our grandparents. Since listening to her videos and working on my family tree, I've discovered that I have ancestors that are from Appalachia. And some of the things that she says, I remember my grandmother saying, or my mother saying, and now know where it comes from. So I kind of look at Tipper as being my long-lost cousin, and she's delightful to watch. Anybody at all in Appalachia or from Appalachia would be proud that she represented those traditions. Her and her daughters had to travel out of state to go to this. It was a black tie affair, and she walked the red carpet, posed for photos, and won the award. Can't imagine anybody more deserving. So, congratulations to Tipper. And it sounds like one of my chickens is also wanting to say congratulations. So, without further ado, you girls want to say hi to Tipper? Well, that's what I thought. Congratulations, Tipper. From me in North Texas and my yard birds, we congratulate you, hon. I'm so very proud of you. Bye-bye.